We're living. Hello, everybody. Let's see if I remember how to do this because it's been so long.
I mean, you were on a live 2 days ago? Question mark? 3 days?
I wasn't like I wasn't the person in control of the buttons.
I believe in you.
You look very pathetic like that.
He's over here like.
I waste all my energy behind the scenes.
Is Mickey just like is sucking the energy out of you?
Yes, he is.
Fair. Hello, everyone. Yes, what are you reading? Yeah, we're sorry we kind of fell off the face of the planet. Yeah, the boat caught on fire. That was a good time. The funny part was like we were in our room and the alarm like bleeped once. And then we were walking out to just go get breakfast, and there are people just standing there in their life jackets. And we were like, do we have to go get that? And they're like, yeah. So we walked downstairs, and they've like dropped their rescue boats and popped them open. I was like, I never want to get one of those. That looks terrifying. It was fine, though. It was fine. Ooh, nice.
I was just curious how the fire got up there. Because it looked like
we don't know. Did they ever figure out why it caught fire?
I don't know if it was officially. They said a fire in the kitchen that just blew up with exhaust.
Yeah, they said it might have been a kitchen fire that kind of went up through the tailpipe exhaust of like the ship. We don't know. We just know that we were stranded for 2 days.
I mean, was it at least a good place to be stranded?
Yeah, we got stranded in Grand Turk rather than the Dominican, which was the better, and we weren't in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, that's the good part.
So, hello. Welcome back. Ooh, Malice. Is this the YA Malice or the good Malice?
Why are we so judgmental against YA?
No. Okay, well, I haven't read the YA Malice, so therefore there is only one good Malice.
Great.
I'm
I am okay. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm here and I'm okay.
She's well enough to show her face on sprints. That's an upward trajectory.
I mean, I did vlog, but there's like 2 days of that vlog that I just like, I stared at the camera like I should update my vlog, but I look absolutely disgusting. And this room was full of garbage. I cleaned out some of it today, but like the dishes were piling up next to me. Like no one wanted to come in here. So
they're like, be gone, Satan.
It was nasty.
Ooh, is this good? I heard it's good.
Oh,
see if I can get David to read it with me.
Oh, that dude. Yeah, I remember him.
It's a true crime. He said that's acceptable. Memory of Souls, nice. The Good Malice, got it. Yes, hello. Good. I need to read it. I've heard it's good. Deb, I think, was it Deb maybe reading it one day that said it was good?
Deb reads too much. I don't know.
Deb reads a lot, yes. Physical read, City of Dusk, or ebook. Read the novel. You'll get it done quicker. Whoa, that's a lot.
We need to plan a day to start City of Dusk.
Yeah, we said this week, didn't we?
Yeah, but I don't know if I can do this week.
I couldn't do that. It's still like on a 12-week hold at my library, so I don't think I can.
There. Yeah.
Maybe next week.
It might not get right.
It might not. If it doesn't, we'll chat in the Discord when we read it.
COVID is kicking my. I looked at my whatever on video and I'm quite sad.
It's okay. Sometimes life just gets you.
That's why we disappeared for like 2 weeks.
But also, it's only the 6th. So, like, there's plenty of time.
But I've only read one book. I mean, it was a 700-page book. Maybe it's just because I chose a 700-page book.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
You can read the other 700-page book or 800-page book. Oh, Darkness and Light.
No, after my next chunky one for the TBR is, I think, Sword of Kagan. That's the longest other one. I'm very excited for that one, though.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that one. I don't know if you enjoyed that. Because I don't know why I enjoyed it.
I've been like, well, I watch a lot of booktubers now that do lots of indie stuff, and obviously since that's that one's indie and has won SPFBO. Lots of them have read it, and everyone loves it and talks about, like, I'm unsure because everyone talks about how the relationship is so well done, but I don't
have to let me know because I've got the audiobook for it. I have not gotten my butt in gear.
I'm very excited for that
That's
one.
Jade War. I'm only 300 pages in. I'm enjoying it, but I don't want to. I haven't been like picking it up.
What did you think of Jade City? Oh,
I enjoyed it. I think I read it like in a day.
it is delightful. That's a good word. Hello. Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what Cassidy thinks of Jade City. I figured you would like it, Rachel, because it's kind of got that, like,
Musha.
Like what was the words are struggling. The kind of like gang type feel. Does that make sense? Like
yeah, the part I liked of These Violated Lights. That was the only part I liked.
Yeah, it kind of had that feel. Like it doesn't. To me, it's not very fantasy.
Yeah, like I love like shows like Queen of the South and Sons of Anarchy and like more like gang like shows. So I'm hoping that that concept plays into it, and then I'll think I'll like it.
My problem with it was more structural, if that makes sense, than it was characters or anything like that. It was more of a, like, it's not even plot based. It was sort of pacing, but not really. I don't know how to describe it. Once you finish it, we'll talk.
It's just a little too far away from me, but I'm supposed to be.
You need a hanger that you can kind of. Right.
Of course.
I thought Rye had baseball.
Rye had baseball, and then Rye's kids got the crud, and then she got the crud.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. Sometimes you just breed nothing. We welcome you anyway. Wow. Those are some really big books.
I thought Hunger of the Gods wasn't like a normal book.
Yeah, Hunger of the Gods isn't bad, but the other two are chunky.
I say.
Go ahead. Books are deceiving. Books are deceiving.
Hello, love. How are you?
Because Hunger of the Gods, I think, like normal book of 500 pages.
Yeah. We're all over here like, it's not chunky. It's only 550 pages. Yeah, he's cute. We missed Mickey. Ooh, Shadow of What Was Lost. I hope you're enjoying it. That one, speaking of chunky.
That one's chunky.
That one is chunky. And it's not like an easy read. It takes some concentration.
Yeah, that's true. It is kind of complicated. The time stuff gets weird.
It just waits a really long time to explain anything.
Yeah.
Nice. I have not read either of these, so I'm not going to be helpful.
I haven't heard of one of these.
Yeah, I haven't heard of On Rotation.
It sounds like for some, I was thinking it's a doctor.
Maybe romance that's got a doctor on it. Maybe it's that one. Let me see how.
I don't know what's romantic about being on rotation.
There's your extra vote. Hi, long time no see. Yes, you do. You should start Rune of Kings. 869 page. What was it? Tell me more.
Sounds good.
It sounds like Empire of Silence.
Yes, you should go to sleep. But welcome regardless, if you stay.
I bet.
There's another Ace of Spades. It's an arc. Okay. See, we were close.
Yeah, it's set in a hospital.
Okay, how do we feel like starting our first sprint? Because I have to pee.
That's fine.
Ugh. I don't like it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just forget. She does that so much that y'all like, oh, cat. And I'm like, where?
I do the same. You like your cat are throwing things off your bed in the background of your videos. I didn't notice.
Yeah. Sure. Sometimes I'll just be editing and I'll see her tail go by, and I was like, oh.
I think
that would have happened.
I'm just living vicariously because I want a cat, but too cheap to pay the $300 for cat fee.
Yeah, cats are good.
They're great.
Oh,
we don't know.
This makes me sad. Wait, I can make an egg. Big Cassidy. Big Mickey. He's so cute. I love it.
He very often. He's a good. Except for he gets scared when I cough sometimes. He runs. And then he comes back and he's like, are you dead? Or like one day he was struggling like my chest and I coughed and he ran behind my back and like hid behind there. Like,
oh, you scared him. Don't scare him.
I mean, you said you don't have a fever, but I think he's still liking it because you're probably a little more warm than normal.
Honestly, if you can sleep with anyone though, like he's just like, you're not leaving bed? Cool. I won't leave bed either.
Perfect. Okay, let's do just a short sprint since Cassidy's anti-sprint and I have to pee. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a struggle for me to finish my 100 pages.
30 minutes. Hello.
Hello.
We have people join. Hello. Did anyone read?
I read up my 100 pages.
Of course you did. You said it was too short of a sprint for 100 pages.
And then I forgot I was in the middle of a duel when I put it down last time.
I read 15 pages.
Because he's like sad.
I did finish my interview that I was watching, though.
Okay.
I
read 0 pages, so everybody did better than me. Sucker.
I don't think I count in these competitions anymore.
You do. You and Sandra need to compete against each other.
Sandra would win because I'd stop at 100 pages, and I don't know why.
Or just like standard.
I don't know if Sandra reads 100, though, actually. I think it depends on her book. You're very standardly 100, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Don't ask.
Sandra, like, sometimes you read slower than other times.
Yeah, it's always 100 pages.
I very rarely do less than 100 pages, and pages. The only series that's done that is Malazan because the prose is.
I'm reading Secret Book. What are you guys reading? Ooh, you have the pretty edition.
Yes, I have the pretty edition.
So these two are doing their own little like mini read along. Nice.
It's because I'm really bad at buddy reads, and
You are bad at buddy reads. Oh, I didn't see him up under the covers. He's so cute.
He'll, like, dig at you until you let him under.
Let me in. My mom's dog does this. He like sleeps under the covers.
Yeah, he loves under the covers. You have to be careful, like, if you sit on a bed. Like, earlier I threw this book on him. Like, I threw it onto him.
No.
And I was like, don't sleep under the blankets.
That's funny. Oh no. I'm sorry. It sucks.
Oh, that would really suck.
Yes, you do. They come in the same box.
He's asking like if he should get the add-ons.
I thought he was saying I thought they were saying if you choose like add-ons in that month, will they come in the same box as the book of the month does? I may be misinterpreting. If I'm misinterpreting, clarify.
I read it how Mal explained it.
I can't read, so don't trust me.
Says the girl that reads 100 pages in an hour or less than an hour, half an hour.
But I do have the learning disabilities.
That's true. You compensate very well.
Also, Rachel, you know how I gave you crap for not reading the
prologue?
Not the prologue.
Oh, the little like
epitaphs.
Yeah.
In the interview, he talks about how they were just like he threw them in after he wrote the entire book. Like they weren't part of the whole plot.
Cassie's over here like.
But I feel like you get so much lore and stuff for the world through all of those. So, and some really good quotes.
Listen, I don't read epitaph, and it has screwed me over in the past. Have I learned? No.
You're like one of those heathens that doesn't read the prologue or the epilogue.
No, but I read those. But it takes so much time for me to read like the little things.
I don't know if Olivia's still here, but she never reads the epilogues.
Oh my god, psychopath.
Well, it's not as bad as Psychopaths to read book 3 in the series and then reuse it.
Honestly,
I read the first and the last book of the series.
I can understand that more than not reading like the prologue and the epilogue. Unless it's like the epilogue of the very last book, because then normally it's just like, oh, wholesome content. Yeah. But if it's like the prologue of the first book or the second book, it's setting up the next book.
Yeah. Yeah. The epilogue in Caliban's War has Bobby in it. It makes me happy.
No, it's prologue of.
And the epilogue.
Oh, it does?
Well, it's not from her point of view, but she's in it.
Like of Illborn.
It's okay.
You have been attacked.
Do you miss anything important? Probably. Are you okay with it? If so, it's fine.
It's probably less. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if you read a lot of fantasy, so it's probably less important.
So Liv reads a lot of fantasy.
Beth, same. I should have been Olivia. I should have not read that epilogue. I would have.
Yeah. You shouldn't have read the epilogue for that one. The epilogue was not great for that one. No, we're stacking.
I have not. And I have a feeling that my TBR might get ran over by a book called Jade City.
If you really, really love them, I can send you my Illumicrate copies.
That would be so much money, but I'm not opposed.
I really like them, but if you like love them.
We'll see.
How far are you?
I'm far. I'm on the other side.
Well, how far in the book are you?
Oh, I'm 15 pages.
That was my point.
I mean, if she really, really loves the series, I wouldn't be opposed.
I love this comment so much. Predominantly a fantasy reader, so it makes the experience more spicy.
It tells you so much. Like Illborn, as like Cassidy said, like the Illborn.
You would be so lost without the prologue and the epilogue of Illborn.
Me up. This cracks me up. Hey, you just roll with it. Just roll with it. It's fine.
It's good content, you know?
Yeah. If you're talking about like the House of Earth and Blood, and those epilogues are trash, so don't even bother with those.
Oh yeah, I don't read those. ACCKKKK ones? Nah, I don't read those.
It's like, see, I'm the terrible person that really wants to skip the novellas that are needed in the series because it just irks me. It's like, put it in the book or make it to where it's just like extra, but don't make me read something or pay $20 for something that's 100 pages. Makes me upset.
I skip them all.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
I am that person. I will skip them.
I don't mind Sanderson's mainly because they're basically novels, but much.
That's true, but it still just irks me.
It's worse. Now I have to read a like 300-page novella.
Yeah, because I think Edge Dancer is 240 pages.
But it's also the interlude. It's also her interlude.
Yeah. But that character drives me insane, and I really didn't want to read 240 pages from her perspective.
Like,
I like Dawn.
I'm sitting here like, am I ever going to read Cytonic? Because I don't want to read those novellas at all.
I don't think you would be that lost if you just skipped them, to be honest.
Unpopular opinion, where even though I give the other books 5 stars, I'm sitting here like, I think I'm going to hate Cytonic, and I just feel like I'm going to give up on that series.
Sanderson's the only exception. Prologues and epilogues or novellas, because I do it for Sanderson, but he's just lucky.
The only one I've read is the Truth Witch novella, which is literally had to be read, or else you'd be like,
yeah.
Isn't it also like the best book in the series?
I hated it. It was my least favorite book.
Okay. I liked it, but I didn't like that series as a whole. I got rid of it today, actually. It went off of Pango.
I still love them because I tabbed them all with all the shit, but nothing makes sense, and there was no point in tabbing because none of it actually makes sense.
Nope.
But I'll get rid of them once I read the last book when it comes out.
I just couldn't make myself read. Like, I paid full price for that hardcover because I wanted them all to match, and got about 40 pages in and was like,
I was tempted, but I'm also, do I want to put will I hate it? Probably.
Yeah, everyone says that Cytonic is just as weak as the previous one. And I
didn't dislike Cytonic. I don't necessarily think you have to read the novellas. There are a few snippets about the slugs that you would need. But I can just tell you that. I do love Doomslug.
Ash, I'm feeling good enough to be on camera, but I'm still stuck in my bedroom and dying.
But you're here.
And I should also go get my Whatever-a-thon bookmark. That is out there. I should be using it instead of.
But you're quarantined. This is true. I will read Sanderson's everything, even the epitaphs at the beginning that Rachel won't read.
I learned my lesson for that one. That one in particular.
If we're gonna pick on Olivia, we have to pick on you too.
That's fine. But also, I didn't know when I was reading Miss Bourne, and I didn't read the epitaphs, which are actually kind of important.
Kind of? For Mistborn, they're like a whole story by themselves.
Yes, I didn't know that. I thought they were like the Historic Material series, which is just random quotes.
That's funny.
Which I guess, like,
That's true.
Legacy of Ash and Nomads the Sea are just random quotes, but they're quotes about the world, and they help with the world building.
And then you have like the Malazan ones that just make no sense, but they're relevant. They just don't make sense.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're just annoying. I was like, I don't care about you.
Morgan, yes, I have the word that shall not be named.
The
This
demonetization
just
demon.
makes me think of a different C word
Also,
that I probably shouldn't say on Springs.
chaos.
I have that one.
Yeah, we'll go with chaos. We'll go with that.
I think that's the other C word is like the only one you can't say.
Mm-hmm. Aw. I was like, I'm just gonna hide and die.
I did want to ask, was there any more chaos of, do you want to you shove books that I have to read at me?
Oh yeah.
I don't have any books in my head right now. Ask me when I no longer have the word.
That's fine. I figured you would be.
My boyfriend keeps texting me to do things for him that are like thinking things, and I'm like, please go away for like 10 days. I'll get back to you.
Anna, check back in 2 weeks. Sneaky.
I've read up to book 8, and I'm working my way through book 9 at some point.
Please make your cat meow. That's me now. She's asleep. He does have the grumpiest meow ever, though.
It's fine. I'm just glad you guys didn't say Akatar.
No, that would be cruel. I don't know.
That would
I'll give it a think. You've read so much that half the time I don't even know what you've read and what you haven't.
Yeah.
Ash.
Wait, are you talking about the Will White? Because that's Rachel's entire personality.
I have all of them.
I need to finish Aaron's vlog. Thanks for reminding
I mean,
me.
how many times have you read this series, Rachel?
3.
3? That's less than I thought.
Oh, but I only started in 2019.
I think everyone's brain rebels, honestly.
I only liked one character, and you've met him. I don't know if you met him as an adult man.
Yeah.
But he's my favorite. I don't know why.
It's just it's we'll talk about it later. But it's something.
Yeah, have you met Stabby Child?
Stabby Child.
Yes.
And then,
Every 123 of you here act surprised in a few weeks.
God, I should read that book because could you imagine the rant that would come from me?
I could give you a rant, and I'm still reading it. Why am I still reading the series?
I don't know. It's some people's like favorite series of all time, and I'm over here like, why?
A lot of people say the first book is the weakest, but I liked it mainly because I could tell what was going on, and there wasn't a bazillion characters.
Bazillion characters doesn't usually bother me, but there has to be like a hook. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but there's my problem is there's 45 POV characters in a book.
Yeah. Well, I'm already on the annoyed struggle bus train of Expanse changing POVs every book, so it's probably going to drive me up the wall.
That drove me up the wall because I would get invested into a storyline. At least in Expanse, you have an entire book to get invested, and they don't change too often. But they like change mid-scene. I'm like, I'm not invested anymore. Who is this random person?
I don't think you would like it, Ash. I don't think. I could be mistaken, but I don't think.
It is a very beloved series.
It is.
Why?
But, I mean, like, the first book only gets like a 3.9 on Goodreads, which, considering how beloved it seems to be, I was surprised by. 3.9 is still good, but I figured it would be a lot better than that.
Yeah. It's the weakest, and it was originally supposed to be like a role-playing game that it got adapted into a novel series.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's why like the world is like so. The first book's not built out, but like the world gets like really built out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
but I also don't care about divergent evolution of these two different races.
There are two different races.
There's a lot of races.
Why do you guys keep saying like buzzword for me though? Even though I know I'm gonna hate that series.
You will hate it.
I will hate it with a passion.
You will hate it.
I'm like, ooh.
It's cool when I say it, but the way it's done, I'm so bored. I'm reading a textbook.
It's just not. It's kind of like Children of Time, not quite as dull. But that same, like the concept sounded so cool and it should have on paper been amazing. And then it was just like, oh, wow, this is not good.
There's also a character named Whiskey Jack.
Yeah. He didn't do much, but he's there.
I might have to try it. I don't know. I might have to try it.
There is a Stabby Child.
Exactly. Stabby Child.
Is she that young?
I just remember her in the prologue.
If there's a stabby person, I'm sold.
I think my book
She's
two
not really in it though.
My book two career should not be like actually describing books, just giving them my own description, like Stabby Child and Empire's Comparing.
Oh crap! I have an idea for something.
Books with buzzwords I know I'll hate. That would be a sad video.
I'm thinking like what you when you sent me the gift note. I'm thinking that we need an entire series of that.
That could be for the thingy.
Don't speak ill of children.
I'm terribly sorry.
I mean,
buzzwords I know I'll hate.
I mean, I know somebody loves Revolution Space, but I started it and I'm like, I'm very bored and there's too much science. And then left.
I do plan to restart that one, but I'm going to need a physical book to look at while I read that one.
I do too much science in real life job. Give me fake science.
See, I like fake science, but I've discovered I really like those sci-fi thrillers like Blake Crouch that are really heavily science-based, but they make sense.
Go ahead. Well, that's why I kind of like The Expanse, because it's fake science, but it sounds real. It's very grounded. Like, particularly like in the fourth book, they go into alien diseases,
right?
Which was kind of cool. Well, not diseases, parasites.
I'll give you my rant on the fourth book when you get done. I gave it 4 stars, but I will give you my rant.
That's fine. I'm 50% into the book.
I have book on its own rating and I have book 4th in series rating, and they are 2 completely different things.
Yeah, I can see that. Are you going to continue?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I was like, I have the 5th book already like saved in my folds.
Ooh, yum. I gave it 4 stars. I didn't dislike it. I have feelings.
I find 4 stars.
Do what? Say what?
What did you get 4 stars? I was not paying attention. Dinner was brought.
Caliban's War.
No, Syllable Burn.
That one.
The Caliban's War is book 2.
Yeah, that's the one I liked. Cibola Burn.
I also don't know what this title means. I'm 50% into this book.
Yeah, I don't either. None of the titles make sense.
No, the gate kind of.
Yeah, I guess it kind of did. Good luck, Nicole. That one's my least favorite so far, but I'm in the minority.
I mean, it's no. Leviathan's Wake is my least favorite. It's a second least favorite.
Yeah, like
Leviathan
Wakes is not the worst one. I'm in for a challenge.
Well, I don't know that you will dislike the third one for the reasons that I did.
I enjoyed it. So
yeah, I'm the minority of the 3 of us that read it. Everyone else loved it, and I'm the only one that had problems with it.
Okay,
but I'm looking at it from like a grand scale, and Dad keeps being like, "Well, if you watch the series, I'm like, no, this came first. It should not need the TV show to round it out. It should be able to stand on its own. And if the TV show needs the books to round it out, that's different. But the books came first. You shouldn't need a show that came 10 years later."
I feel like it's better to read in installments for me instead of like we're doing every bi-monthly works for me.
Anyway, I'll have a soapbox. You'll hear my soapbox later.
I need a series review once you're done. That would be good.
I can do that.
That will be next year.
Into the books. Even if you did like like you could break them down into 3.
Yeah, because I've read the first 4, so I might do that. That's a good idea. Because the way that I feel about them is very in correlation like the series. Individually, I have very different opinions than I do when you're talking about them in the context of the series. So
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
There's a character that kind of annoys me, but I also kind of feel for that character in book 4 so far.
Which one?
Scientist lady.
Oh, yeah. She annoys me.
I feel for her because I feel I can't talk in public.
No, yeah, I get that. She just
her priorities are a little weird.
She's just an odd bird.
She's one of those scientists that don't leave the lab.
I did like that we got one of the perspectives of a secondary character that was in the very beginning of the first book. That was cool to round back out to.
I like him. He does some questionable things.
Yes, but that gets better.
Oh, you should watch the show.
I know. I plan to, but honestly, at this point, I just don't want my view of the characters to get skewed by the show. I want to kind of keep what I have in my mind, and then when I'm done, go back and watch the show.
It's like I have a view of what Bobby looks like that doesn't look anything like the actress.
Do you plan on reading the Game of Thrones books?
Oh
yeah. This is one of those where I might be like, I would watch the show.
I watch the show instead of reading the books. I mean, the books are good too. I read them, but
yeah.
I watched one episode of season 8. Then I looked it up on Wikipedia and read a lot of fan fiction.
I'm gonna say Delilah Green, even though I've only read one of those, and that wasn't Delilah Green.
But still, I have to say Delilah Green is the one I haven't read out of those.
Also, Ryan, we don't have any free little libraries where I am.
No, I don't either. No, we're talking Expanse. And sorry, we went off on a soapbox there. Should we sprint?
We should, but Bookborn does a breakdown of all, she watched episode 1 of Wheel of Time, and she says all the differences, and it was really good. You should go watch.
You should.
The, breakdown she does.
There were a lot of differences. Some more subtle than others.
She was more positive than anyone else I've seen that is such a fan of the books.
Yeah.
And I liked it because I liked the show. So
I didn't dislike the show. I'm kind of one of those mediocre people that kind of fell in the middle where I'll watch season 2, but I didn't just love season 1.
I mean, I didn't love it.
I didn't hate it. So
I refuse to start the Wheel of Time because I don't want to go through a 3-book slog that are over that zillion pages.
How mean should I be to Rachel Cassidy?
Yeah, I now want to make you. The first book is a slog, but I didn't find it as much of a slog because I knew I was interested in things that are to come because of the.
I wonder if you might actually like it, Rachel, because it's very character oriented.
It is, but I have somebody who's her favorite author is Robin Hobb, and she hates the later books.
I don't know. I've heard the slog is actually, 10, 11, and 12, or 8, 9, and 10?
6 to 10, I think.
Something, yeah, somewhere right in the middle, and they're the shortest ones.
But I don't want to go through a 4-book slog.
Neither do I, but here we are.
If you read book 1, you can read book 3 with me and Mel once I read book 2. Almost happened last night. I almost picked it up.
Do it.
So you want me to join you in another buddy reading where I will just read?
Yes.
Yeah, where the thing is, you'll read it really fast. Mel will eventually read it, and then I'll just never read it. That's what happens every time we buddy read something.
I mean, that's what happened last time we buddy read something, and we don't know what happened this time because I've read it and Mel hasn't started it, and neither of you.
Which one was it?
What are we buddy reading this month?
Of Darkness and Light?
Oh, I'm not even reading that this month.
I'm reading that this month, though. Leave me alone. I'm reading that this month.
I'm not. So as I told you, this is what happens every single time we buddy read.
I will just be like, okay, I'm reading it now. You didn't tell me when to stop. I'm just going to continue.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
I'm reading it, but I need to read it kind of mid-month because it's my last letter, first letter book, and it's the only one that I have, so I have to read one of those right after. I need to make sure I have all my holds in.
Oh, I should actually do a poll.
You can just ask us right now and we'll pick
That's
it.
what I'm doing. 1 second.
Are we doing a poll?
Yeah. Burn Red Skies, The Forever King, or Ace of Skulls.
The Forever King.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm counting this as my poll because I'm too
This is
lazy.
a poll.
It counts.
How do you do a poll in StreamYard anyway?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. I think you have to do it through YouTube.
Because I've seen Gavin do it, and I'm just nosy and want to know how it works.
Nightbot will do one for you.
No, it's not. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it.
Ooh.
You have to do it in main YouTube. It's at the bottom, like by the chat.
I wonder how you rate people in YouTube.
Great poll. Took all of 2 seconds. We were both like, Forever King done. That's the one with the white cover with the person in the orange, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Burn Red Skies because I have it, but I think that Forever King has more of a you vibe to it.
I wanted to say Burn Red Skies just because I'm nosy and want to know if I should read it.
I'm reading all 3 of those this month. I just don't know which one I'm reading first.
That's fair. That's always a good poll. I'm already gonna read these. Just tell me which one first.
Yeah, because I also don't trust people to
mood.
Mood down. My entire TBR was a poll this month. So, well, besides the one with red that's not on my TBR, that is actually gonna fuck up my entire bingo board. But here we are.
I'm about to read something that you're gonna want to drop everything and read with me.
No, don't tell me this. I just picked up a good book. I don't want to. I don't want to read that book.
You don't?
It stares at me all the time. I think I'm gonna hate it.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I've started it before and DNF'd it, so I'm a little scared. But it's for the thing.
I'm gonna hate it.
Each book
is for the thing, and that whole thing may just have it. Just may be a hate vlog, and if I end up in a grave in my backyard, you know who did it.
Yeah, by the way, that book takes like 200 pages to actually do anything, and
I've already read the first 200 pages, so hopefully that'll be I can zoom through. I can't tell you. It's for a thing, but it's shaping up to be
3-star prediction video. That's all you get.
Yeah.
Is it for the thing you're also doing for the other thing?
So if I end up in a grave in my backyard, you'll know who did it.
Oh, I good thing I have a direct line.
It's gonna be Pitchfork. You're gonna see me start the vlog with like good spirits, and then you're gonna get to the first clip, and I'm gonna be like, so and so, look away now.
Just tell them to not watch.
Just happy, and then just cut it off.
I mean, it could be me with reading Untold for a while.
Yes. Yeah, but you are much nicer, and I knew that you wouldn't eat me.
No, did you officially DNF that?
No, I finished it.
Okay, did you like it?
I gave it 3-ish stars.
That's fine. It's not the best one.
I will try book 2. I'm interested enough to try book 2 because I know that was the one that really sold Aaron.
You leave the stupid place.
I hate the stupid place.
You never go back to the stupid place until much later.
I don't want to ever go back to the stupid place.
I'm gonna drop everything and read that one right now because I just want to understand all our group messages that I don't understand.
Good choice. Good choice. Much better choice than what I'm reading.
So I can eat and then get back to reading.
We're sprinting. If I can figure out how to do this. Oh, wrong way. There we go. That's better. Okay. How long do we want to go for? Yeah, it's like a 40 since we talked a lot that time.
A time.
Okay. See you guys in 40 minutes. Hello.
Hi.
Do we have a Fed, Cassidy?
We have a Fed Cassidy, and a spot was stolen.
Oh no.
He snuggled in behind me. So now I have to sit up for the next 8 hours while he sleeps.
Sad. Can't take his spot though. That's his now.
So cute, and he's like cocooned like perfectly around my back, like he's like spooning it. He's really hot though. I can see.
He said, "More me."
Okay.
Lots of finished books. That's exciting.
I hope you're all on Team Beach readers. I read 40-ish pages. I'm on page 50.
Nice.
So far, all the characters kind of sound the same to me. Now, that also could be fault to the audiobook.
I wasn't able to listen to it at all.
That doesn't switch narrators in a really long time, at least for like male to female. I like the audiobook though, so like I want to continue listening to it. It also could be there's a lot of just info dumping happening right now, and the info dumping definitely sounds good.
I'm trying to figure out when a certain thing happens because I want to know when you get there and if that changes your opinion.
I was listening, okay, and I'm listening off my phone in the basement, so I didn't have headphones in or anything. Pretty much have it on full volume because I was like, why not? And all of a sudden, the sex scene comes up, and I was like, what is someone watching?
What is happening?
I'm not expecting that.
It's funny.
So, okay, I finished the book, so I read 190 pages. Anyway.
What?
Wait, what? How do you absorb anything in that time frame?
Especially because you're dyslexic. Like, that's impressive.
Did I absorb it well? I might have come up with weird coping mechanisms. We have no idea. Anyways.
I had this problem too. It gets better once you get used to it, but I had this problem too.
It's also the real-time narrator, and I had that problem with real time.
I have a funny story about Jade City. So I originally picked it up in sophomore year of college because I was like, "Oh, pretty cover. What is this?" And then I got to the sex scene, and I kind of just put it back and never read it again.
Not expecting that. It was a full-on like smutty scene.
Yeah, I wasn't. Sophomore Rachel was not prepared for smutty scenes.
Poor Rachel.
Look at you just pulling out the best books. And it is on Sandra's host fave list. You can count as host fave if you need that prompt.
I mean,
it's not on mine.
So is Jade City.
Jade City's on Sandra's too. When we had to pick our host faves, like Maddie was like, no repeats or whatever, and Sandra was like, I want Jade City and Poppy War. Maddie goes, ooh, there's gonna be a fight because Spoops loves Jade City and I love Poppy War. And both me and Spoops were just like, take it. I have more books. Take it.
We have books, don't worry.
I was like, that means I don't have to put the Poppy War on and it'll still be on someone's list.
It's not smut. Don't get excited, Melissa.
It's not actually smut. It's
like smut. There's just a like Game of Thrones type sex scene.
Yeah.
There is another one in Jade War. Kind of.
It's also though, like, the thing is, like, I can expect these in fantasy books, but it's within the first 50 pages. Like, that's really early on in a fantasy book.
It doesn't hang around.
No.
I was just not expecting.
I was going back and rereading my reviews of those three because I was like, okay, I can't remember. I remembered why I had problems with Jade Legacy very vividly, but I was trying to go back and remember what I thought of the first two. And apparently I really, really liked Jade City. I remember doing that. And then we kind of trickled down a little.
I like Jade War. I don't know what my considering I just literally just finished it. I don't know what my rating is for that. There was too much of Barrow. He wasn't even in there that much, but he was still too much of him.
A lot of Barrow. I kind of like Barrow though. Like he's a sneaky little snake.
But I just want your family drama.
The thing is, I can literally probably predict how these will go because I have a very solid trilogy rating. The first book I will really, really enjoy, but it won't be my favorite. The second book, even with middle book syndrome, I'll love the second book. Don't know why I love second books. The last book I will hate because it ended. I just hate
I
endings.
will say that the ending for Jade, like this whole series, is very good. Like I feel like it kind of like the Poppy War where, it hurts, but it's very fitting. It's a similar concept.
Yeah, but I still think, well, okay, the first book in Poppy War is probably
But the last book has significant problems for me that for some reason never get talked about, and I don't understand why.
I'll read it, then you can rant at me.
Yeah, I need to binge so I can agree with you.
I don't understand why it's never talked about. I'm like,
somehow just a spot on here. God.
Where did you get it from? Mine do that if I get them from like a not secondhand, but like a warehouse shop.
It's because it's like a not like sellable copy, so they put a like stripe on it.
It was from Chapters.
They might have just accidentally put a spot on it.
I also could have accidentally done that. Like I could have done that.
Do you mind if we put a self promo hour? Do you mind if I put a self promo hour?
I was like, what?
I did interview Fondly.
I haven't listened to that episode yet.
It's not that spoiler. I don't think you don't even care about spoilers. You can.
There's not much spoiler for Cassidy.
No, but I just wanted to be one. I wanted to be one with the conversation.
Really, I think the thing that I'm thinking of happens toward the end of that book, so it may be a little while before.
Is it
your thoughts on your current like Lan and Hilo sounding too similar? If that stays,
is it the thing where he does the thing and may have not exist? This doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to be very.
Somebody does a thing with some things, and some things don't exist, but there are also still things.
I gave Runa King's 4 stars.
Yeah, same.
I'm terrified of the next book, though.
I gave it a higher 4 stars, but I
got to read that.
I'm reading it soon, so you can join me.
I think I'm terrified. I don't want either of you to read it because that's the one I like the most. I like The Name of All Things, Runa Kings, and then The Memory of Souls.
But that means I should like it.
Yeah, but
Becca also hated it.
Becca hated it.
True.
I think the reasons Becca hated it, you might hate it.
I might also hate it
because I find it gimmicky.
It's gimmicky. Like you not even might find it gimmicky. It is gimmicky.
So I may give it a 4-star then, like a lower 4-star.
I might give it a 3, depending on how much. If it goes on for too long, I get really annoyed, and that makes me angry.
All the books will have that, and I just understand that that was the gimmick, and that was the selling gimmick feature.
I don't know. I might like it. I'm just terrified. I was also terrified of Ruin Kings.
But if you do read it, it is queer.
I know. Also, Jade City's also queer.
So was Nomads of the Sea technically, and that was shocking to me.
Jade City is very queer.
Jade War is also Jade War.
The whole series is because that same character stays very prominent throughout the whole series.
I mean, there's a queer sex scene in Jade War.
What was I going to say?
It's not like much.
It's not smut. It's just there.
It like Horse Girl had smut in it, and I'm like, excuse me.
How could you say Horse Girl and smut? Just sounds really wrong, Rachel.
Listen, I can only describe. I come up with descriptors for series because my friends never remember the titles of the series.
I just think it's funny.
Like
you're like taglines of what the book is about. I'm like, just scrap the whole blurb and let's just put this on the tagline.
That's my job because I don't read blurbs. I don't care about blurbs or synopses.
I still need to read Spine of the Dragon.
I was so confused because someone was talking about how they blog spoil books, and I was just like, do you read blurbs? Because
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Spoils
the
blurb Like,
Yeah.
spoils in a blurb most of the
I
time.
know exactly what you're talking about, and had some moments where I was like, wait, what?
People like try to tell me things. I'm like, I don't care what the plot's about. Does it have pretty cover and interesting title? Then
Good enough.
Yeah.
Do other people like it? Good enough.
I read typically before I make a synopsis for a video. I read the Goodreads synopsis and the back of the book, and maybe the Amazon synopsis to make sure I got a well-rounded
Are they not
idea.
all the same?
No, they're not. Goodreads synopses are way better than back of the book synopsis, in my opinion. But they give away more probably than the back of the book.
You can't read the back of the book synopses for the UK paperbacks of Robin Hood because they are massive spoilers.
I mean, I'll never read, like, I say never as if I won't, but, like, I know that if you read a third book in a series and you haven't read it, that's a spoiler. Like,
yeah.
The synopsis for the second, third, and fourth books will have spoilers on them. Hobbs are really bad for it, but...
Yeah. No, I mean, like, spoilers for the book it's referring to.
I don't think they do.
I never read them, so...
I don't usually read, like, I don't read the synopses for books and series like that I know I'm going to read anyway, because I'm just like, whatever, I kind of know what I'm getting, so I rarely ever read them.
Never read the synopsis for, like, a second book.
Yeah, I never do.
The Hobb ones will tell you where they're starting at. They're telling you that starting point.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is second, third.
I'm really easily influenced with books. Like, with Elborn, I was just like, people are talking about this.
A lot of times the author writes these, though, and they get edited, but...
Really? I thought people did them. I don't think the authors write them.
It probably depends on who it is and, like, what the publisher is.
I know... Okay, I watched Christina Ricci's, like, writing blogs, and she wrote her own.
I think it just depends on the author, because, like, smaller authors and smaller pubs will make you write your own, whereas Tor probably doesn't.
Or Sandra, admittedly, the back of, like, the Way of Kings are, like, weird. If you've ever read, like, the Stormlight Archives back,
don't bother. I knew I was gonna read it anyway, so I didn't care. I really need to read Oathbringer really badly. Welcome back.
Yeah. I mean, if I was an author, this is probably unpopular opinion, and I got Tor, like, I'm published through Tor. Tor probably knows better what's going to market on the back of my book than I do.
Yeah.
That I would trust them to help with the synopsis.
Plus, synopses just seem like the hardest part.
That's why I make my own for books. One line.
Like 2 sentences and fantastic.
Or Horoscope Fantasy. It's a Horoscope Fantasy. That's much
Green Rider, right?
Yeah. It's like much darker, and it's like about her becoming the king's messenger, and she can die at any point in time, but it's still Horse Girl.
I'm a synopsis fan, so I really like to watch people who explain synopsis, but I don't like to watch people who read the synopsis from the back of the book most of the time. And I find that very boring. Sometimes I do it too. Like, it happens.
I try not to, but sometimes I'm way too lazy to pause long enough to.
I agree. I've done it. But I always want people to explain what a book is about, because that's what sells me more than anything.
I try and only do that when I haven't read the book. Like, if I've read the book, then I need to be able to give my own synopsis. But
yeah, a lot of the time I'm kind of like, I think this is what this book is about, and sometimes I'm very wildly wrong.
There have been plenty of people like that.
Sometimes I've read a synopsis and I've read the book and been like, wow, like Half a King, when I was like, this is a polar fantasy, and I was just like pushing it on everyone, and then I read it and I was like, nope. There's a winter setting for 20 pages.
They're in the ice for a bit. They get lost there.
Yeah, it's not that long. It's like, I think max 50 pages though.
Yeah, it's short.
But there's a literal ice dagger on the cover, so it's very general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like there's a big old dragon on the front of servant mage, and there are no dragons in that book.
There are none?
Not really. Mm-mm.
Oh, I got dragon.
Servant Mage, the Kate Elliott book.
Yeah, I was gonna read that because it had a dragon. Now I don't want to read it.
They're there, but it's in a different context than you would think, and it's like off-page kind of thing.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
It's not a dragon in like you just have to read it.
Great.
The book that did me the dirtiest with publishing like errors was The Prior of the Orange Tree, because I thought it'd be more dragons and less useless dragon riders.
Yeah. Oh, really? I figured lots away because the whole cover is winter.
That's more like urban fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't read synopsis, but I can't live without them. I read a synopsis when I'm book buying. I read a synopsis, and then if that sounds good, I look it up on Goodreads and read that synopsis.
I let Becca tell me if a book sounds cool sometimes. Or
should we do our last sprint?
I guess I should listen to my audiobook this time.
Probably because I has to go to bed.
Why? Get sick and stay home with me.
I wish. I would rather just stay home and sprint and talk to everybody.
I'll just call in for you. They'll just be like, "Wow, you sound really bad. You don't even sound like yourself."
I mean, we have backstage talk.
I'll send you voice recordings of me coughing, so then you can.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, if you get a cough, you shouldn't go to work, considering you're.
This is true. I got pulled to cover for somebody else because their husband's uncle died, and so she's got to go to a funeral. I wasn't supposed to have anything to do tomorrow. And then I got things to do Saturday.
I had a surprise meeting today, which is always fun.
No, it's never fun.
It's like, why are you... What?
I do need to work. I'm so behind after like catching it right after a wedding.
Yeah.
The images have just piled up. No one has gotten their galleries. Everything is running late. Ah.
Yeah, but you were sick.
I had to reschedule like 5 weeks.
I mean, it's I would think they would be understanding, question mark.
Mm-hmm. It is. I had 2 newborns, so one we just canceled and the other one like couldn't be rescheduled at all or anything, but they wanted me, so I sent like a associate photographer to shoot it, and then once I'm healthy I'm gonna go grab that memory card, and I'm still editing the pictures, but I like paid the photographer to go to the shoot and take the pictures.
That's cool.
Fancy way things get done. This is my 10th day of symptoms. I tested positive on Wednesday though, so 6 days ago.
I hope you're not didn't Jade like spend like 20 days being sick?
Mm-hmm.
My mom was sick for a really long time. I think my cough is not going away anytime soon, but I feel healthy.
It's like a cold cough.
That I can go to my desk tomorrow, I think, and work.
Are you still in quarantine?
Yes, but my quarantine has been the entire basement technically, but I just haven't left my room because I've been too sick to do anything else. Like I've gone to the washroom and that's it.
Yeah. That's a sad day.
That is very sad. My couples have gotten 10 pictures from their wedding, but it is normal to not get pictures for a really long time.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to make sure it's right, and I'm sure they're busy right after a wedding.
Yeah. It's funny.
I hate CPR training.
If you have a fever, you're still symptomatic and can spread it. But I haven't had a fever the entire time. So, yeah. But also,
basically, we don't know.
Want to go around the house when I'm sick. Like, there's no need to go into someone's face and cough on them.
Yeah.
Like, someone said the same thing.
As long as they can bring you food.
And they were like, well, we can have your shoot. You only have to quarantine here for 5 days, technically. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not healthy.
Like I'm not going to come and shoot something if I don't feel good and can't get you quality stuff.
Yeah, like I'm dying. Like 2 days ago, I was not leaving. Like I was curled up in a ball on medication, coughing for hours long. I was like, yeah, we're not doing this. That's why we canceled. Like, I'm not coming. And you have a newborn baby, and like, no, we're not.
No, that's crazy. No. Yeesh, that is a lot busy.
I did get really sick right before one of my finals, and I didn't have the brain power to realize that I could reschedule my final.
Oops.
Yeah, that one.
We couldn't reschedule ours.
It didn't really. I got a 60 on that final. It didn't matter. I still got a B in that class, but
well, there you go.
Thankfully, I had no weddings in like the next in this time frame.
That's good.
Worried about that. It was like honestly really good timing, and then hopefully I'll have a little bit of immunity for a little bit.
Yeah, a bit.
Weddings.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see if we get the fourth one at some point.
Who knows? Okay, let's do a quick sprint, especially since I know that we'll not shut up. And then now that Cassidy is not so sickly, she can't come out of her cave, and I feel better, and hopefully Rye will feel better, and Rachel has somehow managed to avoid the mouth kicking the teeth that we've all gotten this week.
No, that my depression came back, so.
Well, there you go. So hopefully we're all feeling a little bit better and can do more sprints later this week.
I am going to do whatever is on sprints in the evening on Wednesday.
See? There you go. Do some sprints.
There's so many sprints on Wednesday because Jade's doing it in the morning.
Yeah, it'll be later.
Scar's doing some tomorrow. Or no.
No, Christy is.
Yeah. No, Ginger Snap Reads is doing them tomorrow.
Christy's also doing them like 2 our time. 1 our time.
I actually need to run it by
Jade's
Maddie.
are at 6 a.m. my time.
If other people can join them, I'm going to run it by Maddie. So I don't have to be alone. Although Chris might join me. Who knows?
Chris would join. Okay, let's do a quick sprint. And I will see you guys in 30. You're out over there. Hello. Rachel, what'd you do in that sprint? Because you finished your book.
I listened to my audiobook while actually doing adult things like packing my bag and preparing for tomorrow.
All right, smart. Cassidy, how's it going?
Good, I read 30 pages. Oh, I'm on page 81.
You've actually accomplished things in these sprints that I have not.
Yeah, that's because I've sat around doing absolutely nothing for 10 days. And I felt like I needed to get something done.
Fair. Plus, you're reading something you're excited to read.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Do you want to know my daily page count for today?
Probably not. But yes.
Oh, please tell.
662.6.
Today?
Yeah.
Nice.
First
Nice.
day. Yeah. Probably helped I read like 300 pages. And something.
I will say this one character reads like he's 13.
Yeah.
He does read young, especially in the first book.
I was so shocked when they said his age. I was like, I can't lie, I feel like everyone reads younger than they are.
Yeah, because Hilo's in his mid-20s in the first book.
I think he's 27.
He's like 30-ish in the second book.
Mm-hmm.
With that character, I kind of expect him to read young because he's like more naive.
Mm-hmm. He grows up.
Yeah, I think that I assume that's why they're doing it, is to like give him that character,
to give him a bigger change.
Yeah.
Noticeable. Yay! Happy to help. Glad to be back. Even though I didn't read.
Okay, this is my issue. I like paperbacks, right? But I have this one. I bought it when it came out, which is really sad that I have a hardback of it because I thought I was going to read it right away and I couldn't wait for the paperback. And now here we are. So do I buy the next two in paperback? And then
see how you like that one first.
Yeah.
And if you really, really like it, then buy it in the format that you prefer.
And if you really, really like it, I can send you my nice copies.
Yeah, because the thing is, if I buy the next two in paperback, I don't know if I'm that person that will ever buy this in paperback.
Yeah.
Well, I
have the last one in hardback. It makes me mad.
I literally only own the Poppy War out of the whole trilogy because I read them through audiobook and I just have no need to buy them. Like
then buy the later books in the format that you want to read.
So I'm just like, but then it's gonna bother me that this is gonna be in hardback. So I'm just really struggling of what I'm gonna do.
I don't think you can get Jade War in hardback.
Can you not? I think you can. I'm pretty sure they still sell it at BN.
Let's look at chapters.
I don't know because I've only seen Jade Legacy in hardback.
Yeah, you can. It's $15 on US Amazon.
Okay.
It's not out of print yet.
I literally know you could do it because I looked it up earlier and it's like a $10 difference. This is the thing. The hardbacks are so fucking expensive in Canada.
You can put it on your wish list.
It technically is in paperback on my wish list. But then it won't get here for a while, and I technically have, it's my birthday month, so I have 20% at chapters. Well, the hardcover at chapters. So I might take a field trip.
Do it.
Chapters.
You deserve it to get out of the house and
buy them. But then I'm like, do I buy the whole trilogy again?
If you like the first one.
Yeah. I'm sweating.
It's out in full force. Okay. How do we feel about ending these here, especially since I know we won't shut up backstage? Because it's a mood. And I think everybody has finished their reading for the night. So, or everybody in the chat anyway.
We're terrible. We also spend random chats complaining in the middle of the night.
We kind of went off on a Malazan tangent there. Sorry, guys. So terribly
That's what
sorry.
everyone's here for.
No, I
We're
mean
here
like
for the chaos.
private chats, we go into tangents around random things in the middle of the night.
It's true.
True.
It's true. Yay. I'm sorry we weren't here for long, but we'll do better later this week.
It's
bless
a normal length for our late night sprints.
Yeah, it's a little shorter. I usually go for a little over 3 hours, but we're easing in. Plus, I would have started these a whole heck of a lot earlier if I had known that we were not going to be going to look at the dog today. But I didn't know that in time. And Cassidy said I had to give her an hour warning because she needed to not luck troll. So,
And then
so I could have given you 10 minutes and it'd been fine.
yeah, you could have given me 10 minutes.
Well, then it's all Cassidy's fault.
It is my fault. Sorry.
I just said I would exist. I didn't tell you how I would exist.
I'm just kidding.
I put my hair in a really greasy but nicely slicked back bun so it would not look as greasy.
You can't tell. You don't have great lighting right now. It's perfect.
No one actually cares what I look like. Let's be honest here.
No, nobody cares. We're just glad to see your face.
I almost hopped on whatever-thon kickoff sprints because they needed someone. I was like, I'm dead, but I'm here if you need me. And I was like literally like curled into a ball, like ready to go live and just be like, hi.
Those didn't last too long anyways.
I didn't.
Anyways, should we leave?
All right. Good night, everybody. Cassidy may be doing sprints on Wednesday, so keep an eye out for that, and we'll see you